I'm in the middle of a transaction. It goes sideways, gets complicated. I need an answer. Maybe I'm the broker. Maybe my broker's unavailable. Where do I find that answer? How do I not waste time or not be able to get through through the complication?
Mhm.
Like, what's my option?
So this is where I think, like, let's first talk about what people are doing now,
Okay.
right? Because so so often what will happen is you have this problem, you need an answer. And like, I need it relatively quickly. Okay, so let's talk about if I don't have some sort of system in place, and let's say I am the broker, like let's talk to the brokers, right? Because the default answer for an agent, people are going to say is go talk to the broker.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, that should be that should be correct. But then for the brokers, like who does the broker go to when the broker has questions, right? So let's say I'm the broker, right? And it's like, where do I go? Well, okay, Google, right? I might put it into Google, and like maybe that's a fine place to start, and maybe I actually get the answer, but I don't know, it's pretty unreliable, right? And if you Google these days, you're gonna get the AI response, right? The AI summary, which
Yes.
again may or may not be right, because especially in real estate, because let's think about real estate for a second. Every state is so different. The contracts are different, the regulations different, the law is different. It is not something that there is a universal national law for so many things in real estate. So like you may be getting the wrong answer, and it may seem good, but maybe it's not, right? So then maybe I like call up some friends and ask, but this is a problem. You call up a colleague. I mean, how are you truly confident? Like, do you really believe they've got the right answer? Maybe they do. I mean, hopefully they do, but you know, who knows? And can you get a hold of them? Maybe I go to one of the real estate Facebook groups, right? And
Yeah.
again, you will get confident answers that can be absolutely incorrect, or they're just missing pieces, right? This is the thing, is that you have to think through things to get the whole answer, because a partial answer that's correct is still not the right answer because it's not everything, right? And so, you know, again, then maybe you go to ChatGPT or whatever, right? And you know, just the other day, we post a lot of questions and stuff on Facebook, right? Because we want to try to help with the education, and we post little scenarios and all this. And somebody actually responded back and posted, well, here's what ChatGPT said. Is it right? And I was like, well, no, it's about 70% right,
Right.
but 70% right and 30% wrong is still 100% wrong, really,
Yeah.
right? And so you want to have some place that you can get these, overcome that, because like that can't be your system. That can't be
Yeah.
your system. And maybe again, maybe you contact the real estate commission, you know, and maybe oftentimes they're helpful, but sometimes they'll get a response of like, look, we're not lawyers, we're not your
Right.
lawyer. We can kind of point you in the right direction. So maybe that helps sometimes, maybe it doesn't. Yeah,
Something that you always say is, I'll pull the receipts.
yeah.
I'll show you where I found this answer.
Yeah. You know, just case in point, just the other day, somebody had posted something in this Facebook group, right? And there's a lot of responses that come after it. And most of the responses, not all, most of them were correct in the answer, like the ultimate at the heart of the answer is like, yes, that's correct. But the problem is there was no why behind it. You know, like that's for us, is we always want you to understand why the answer is what it is. I don't ever want to give somebody an answer that is because I said so, because that's what my mom used to tell me. You know what I mean?
It makes me think of geometry.
Yeah.
When you're doing geometry and you can solve the problem, but you have to explain the theorem behind it,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely, right? You got to be able to pull the receipts. Like you
Yep.
said, like that's what we do, is like, I will show you the law, I'll show you the contract provision. And that's what people started tagging me in that post. And it was like, okay, here's what the contract says. This is the answer. Yes, everybody's conclusion that has chimed in is correct, but nobody said why.
Right.
Right? Here's the why. And so that's part of it as well, because part of having the answers and having a place to get answers is, one, giving you answers that, yes, they're correct, yes, they're reliable, yes, they're quick, but they also help grow your knowledge. And part of that is not just understanding that in this scenario, this is the answer, but it's like, why is that the case? So that you can change this scenario now a little bit, put it through the analysis of the why, and see if you come out with the same answer. And that's what we are trying to build in people is that whole concept, right? That's what we're trying to do with these answers, is not just give you what's the answer, but the why behind it as well.
So it's a trusted, reliable source to answer your questions.
Absolutely. And everybody needs that.
And
right?
what's it called?
It's called RPro Access.
Oh, yeah.
Is what it's called, right? So again, okay, so let's break it down a little bit further. Okay. Because we think within this idea of answers, right? Because when we talk about RPro Access, like our little one-word piece is like answers, assets, and education. Okay. But each one of these has like components to it. Like, yes, you need a reliable place to get answers, but like we need to talk about the three things that go into that. One of those literally is like, I need somebody that I can ask questions to that will give me a good answer when I need it.
Right.
Right. That's what our Q&A desk is for, right? We've got a forum in our platform, our RPro Access platform, where you can post a question, and generally speaking, within an hour or two, you're going to get an answer from me. Definitely within 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
There's never been a question asked that takes longer than 24 hours. 99% of the time by the end of that day, assuming you don't ask it at like 10 p.m. That might be the next day. Right. And so what are you going to get? Well, you're going to get answers from somebody who, yes, I am an attorney and a broker, used to be the attorney for the Real Estate Commission, used to be the attorney for the Realtor Association, that's been in the industry, speaks the language. That's what we do, right? Tara as well, like an educator, been in the industry, is a broker as well. Like, that's what you get. And on top of that, as this community aspect, you might get other people. We have people in our community who are transaction coordinators. We have people in our community who are appraisers. We have people that have had background in insurance. And so you get expertise from people who are actual experienced professionals, but you're definitely going to get an answer from me as well, right?
So in the Q&A bank, that's searchable, right? So I could go back and search if somebody else has maybe had the same issue and like,
yes.
Okay.
This is the second piece of it, right? So one is, I got a question, I need it answered, post it, get an answer, bam. The second one is like, you need the archive, right? So we have our answer archive because it's searchable. You can search by key term. And the beautiful thing about that is it's almost like we are over time creating our own internal real estate Wikipedia, right? Where like, people are asking questions and nuances to the questions. And so you go search for that topic and you're going to get all these different questions and answers that people have created, right? And so it's going to let you see what people have asked, the different nuances to it, and then see all those answers. That's going to make you so much smarter by seeing everything that's come before you, right? So even if it's the middle of the night, you got a place where you can go and you can go search. I can't get an answer right this instant always, but maybe I can because I have this archive of questions and answers. So the second piece of it is sort of your Wikipedia for your industry, right? And that's what we're creating.
Reliable and accurate Wikipedia.
Yes, that goes beyond just Googling an answer and hoping that it's coming up from the right place. Again, because we know that this is a location that we can get reliable questions and answers. So that's where we're going to go. And that's where we can then see that archive as well, which is truly on demand. Right. So that's step two, right? Step one is the answers. Step two is the archive that gives you so much value. And the last piece is the discussions. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what we do is we do our office hours live twice a month. We jump on a Zoom call. We may have, a dozen people on there, and it's sort of an hour of open discussion. And it is my favorite time of each month are these office hours.
I feel like you just never know what's going to come up.
Never know.
But there's always great discussion.
Always great discussion. And so what we do is we get together and everybody has things that have come up, issues that have happened, and we get into the weeds live, face to face, back and forth discussion. And man, we solve so many problems. There's so much to be gained from it. So much knowledge that just gets shared in that it is truly like two of my favorite hours every month. Our office. I loved it so much that we created an extra hour. We were only doing it once a month. Now we do it twice a month.
Yeah.
Just absolutely love it. And so this brings together like this component, right? Because we said answers, assets, education. Answers. That means I need to have a place where I can go to get reliable answers timely. I need to have some sort of historical knowledge. I need to have an answer bank. I need to have what is a resource, my personal encyclopedia. That's what we've created through this history of questions and answers. And then I need to have these discussions where we're in the moment having a discussion that then lets us go down those rabbit trails to go so deep into these issues that you're building so much niche, nuanced experience and expertise that it's going to prepare you for all these things that can come up that you just didn't even know you needed to be prepared for. But when it happens, you're going to be ready. You already have the answer before you need it, right? So it's, where do I get that question answered when I don't have an answer? Where can I find it on demand, a place to search this history? And then where do I go to get questions answered that I didn't even know that I had?
Yeah.
That's what the office hours is about, is that we are answering questions before they actually become a question for you. And so that's your single source through RPro Access. And if you don't have RPro Access, how are you building those 3 components for your business? Because again, that's step 1 of the 3 components of getting deals to the finish line, is having all 3 of those. Your answers pieces, who do you ask for the answers to? Do you have a history that you can go search that you trust, that's reliable? And then how are you having conversations that are answering questions before you even know they are? You're learning from other people's experiences and having those. It's not networking, it's having valuable, in-depth, nuanced discussions with other professionals.
Yep.
So that's piece 1 of what we are doing in RPro Access. So either build it yourself or come along with us and get it all in one place, and keep watching, because we're going to go next in depth on the assets piece of getting deals across the finish line.